Hello everybody, welcome to the Gyrocopter Flying Club. Thank you again for the ongoing support, and of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Okay, a slight deviation from the history of the gyroplane to cover a question I was asked just the other day from a student pilot about what aircraft he should buy. It's a question I've been asked more than once and by a similar group, as have a lot of my peers. So let's run through some things here. I find the question slightly puzzling, to be honest, because very often the questioner can't even fly. That's not to beat up on these people, but as I say to all who have asked the question, aircraft are a lot easier to buy than they are to sell, and the cost of carry is not inconsiderable. What do I mean by cost of carry? Well, an aircraft isn't like a car, where if you don't use it you can leave it parked on the driveway and let it gather dust. With an aircraft, and especially a light gyroplane, it needs to be in a hangar, which costs. It needs insuring, which costs. It also needs servicing on time and revalidation of the permit to fly so that it's legal. Because if you don't, you'll likely want to go flying and everything has expired. Those fixed costs, depending on where you are in the world, but in the UK could be anything up to £4,000 to £5,000 just burnt doing nothing. That might not be so bad if you have 100,000 plus aircraft, but if you have a cheaper aircraft, you can see after a few years the overheads overtake the cost of the capital. The next thing is, until you have a few hours of flying experience, you simply can't know what kind of flying or what it is about flying that you so much enjoy. Of course, I find it spellbinding, but you may not. In fact, you might not even want to complete your flying training, and some like the idea but remain quite fearful of the sensations of flight. There is nothing wrong in being anxious, and indeed I myself was quite a nervous student for easily double-digit hours. I learnt to first fly in a fixed wing, and I also now fly helicopters, so I guess I've got over it. You might enjoy just flying locally, or perhaps you enjoy more adventurous navigation and cross-country trips. Maybe you like to go alone, or maybe with a passenger. Do you like an open aircraft, or being in an enclosed machine? It all needs crystallizing, and only you can give the correct answer. One word on passengers. I'm prepared to bet a lot of money that worldwide the enthusiasm for one's own flying is almost never matched by your partner. Very many want to learn to fly so they can take their wife, girlfriend, mate, all of the above, on flying adventures. It almost never happens, because fundamentally not that many people are cool with the whole notion of being a backseater to a novice. It may be painful to hear, but it's true. The summary of all that is don't buy anything yet. But if you won't listen, or you've got to the next level and are in a better position to make a purchase, my advice is this. In the UK, you're very limited. You effectively have all of the Autogyro and Magni products, which you can see reviews of in this channel, or you have an RAF 2000, which is an enclosed two-seat side-by-side aircraft, the single-seat AV-18, or one of the legacy single-seaters, Campbell Cricket Everett Montgomery Merlins. If you're buying a legacy aircraft, you must ensure you know what you're buying, otherwise it can cost you your life. In the UK, kit-built aircraft are registered with the Light Aircraft Association, and any build is inspected and logged so that parts and techniques are verified and approved. Obviously, without either that rigorous process, or you have the process but you have no paperwork, you have no idea what you're buying. One problem with these projects is they get started, left for a considerable period of time, and then the half-built bits are then sold on. If your market allows a wider kit aircraft choice, then I'd select my kit on support availability, both sales and build advice, number in service, because it likely gives you a feel for what's good or not. Remember, this process you're going through isn't new. And then I'd look at safety record. If you need a two-seater, quite frankly, the pick of engines is the Rotax 9 series, it's 912, 914, or the new 915, and I'd also make sure I keep my instructor involved, as he too will have some useful input. I've always quite liked the idea of a little two-stroke in the style of a Benson, but in reality it's a local area machine for high days and holidays. An old gyroglider would also be fun, although I suspect for many the availability of somewhere to use it is diminished. Thanks for watching. If you can support the channel, please follow the link in the description. If you're new, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you all next time.